10 years later. Legolas got up and went into Laura's room and said, "Good morning," and then Laura said, "Good morning, too," and then Legolas said, "What's the matter?" And then Laura said, "Legolas, I want to know how to ride a horse," and Legolas said, "Okay," and then Legolas said, "First you get dresses and have something to eat, and then we'll go for a horse ride lesson." Meanwhile, Strider and Gandalf were riding towards where Legolas lived, and then Strider said, "Gandalf, I did not know Legolas had a sister," and then Gandalf said, "I did not know as well." Meanwhile, at Mordor, the Dark Lord was planning to kidnap the princess, but not Legolas. Then the boss of the orcs came and said, "I'll get her for you, sir," and then the Dark Lord said, "Yes, you can!" Meanwhile, Legolas and Laura were horse riding, and Laura said, "Legolas, who's that?" And then Legolas looked, and it was Gandalf and Strider. Legolas said, "That is Gandalf and Strider." And then Strider said, "Legolas." And then Legolas said, "Strider, long time seen." And then Strider said, "How's you?" And then Legolas said, "I'm fine." And then Gandalf said, "Who is this then?" And then Legolas said, "Meet Laura. I found her in the woods when she was just a baby." Laura was shy at first, and Legolas said, "Laura, come and meet Strider and Gandalf." And then Laura said, "Hello, I'm Laura." And Legolas said, "She is the princess." And then Strider said, "She is so cute." And then Legolas says, "That will be my fault." And then Gandalf said, "Why?" And then Laura said, "He protects me, that's why." And then Legolas looked up and said, "I think we should go back to the castle." And then Laura said, "I can feel it too." Legolas said, "Do you want to stay for the night?" And Gandalf and Strider said, "Yes, please." And then they had tea and went to bed. During the night, Legolas asked the guards to keep an eye on Laura's room. Meanwhile, the orcs climbed up the window and grabbed Laura. And then Laura woke up and screamed. And then the guard went into her room and saw lots of orcs. And then Legolas came down the hall. Then Legolas said, "Where is Laura?" And then the guard said, "The orcs took her." Meanwhile, the orcs went back to Mordor. Mondor, and then Laura said, "Put me down," and then the orcs did, and then the Dark Lord came out of the fire and then said, "Welcome, Laura," and then Laura looked at him and said, "No, it can't be," and then she tried to run away, but the orcs got her. Then the Dark Lord said, "Put her into a cell and bet her, and also do whatever you want with her, but do not kill her." Then the orcs took her to the cell and threw her into the cell, and then they shut the door. Laura go up and went to the window and looked out, and she was wishing Legolas or will come save her. Meanwhile, back at the castle of Milkwood, Legolas was getting the army ready to go and save Laura. Meanwhile, Laura was sitting on the floor, and then the door opened, and it was some orcs, and the orcs tied Laura with some chains, and then one of the orcs stripped her, and then raped her, and then Laura said, "Go away, you bastard!" Then another orc came with a whip and whipped her hard. Wiped her hard, and then the orcs all together bet her almost to death, and then the Dark Lord came in with a tube of poison and injected it into Laura.